Okay, so one of the themes addressed in this class is demonstrating how Hispanics, Latinos, Mexican Americans have participated in every U.S. war. And so in the past, I talked about kind of Spanish American involvement in the War of Independence. And now we get to the U.S. Civil War. In the U.S. Civil War, there were 10,000 Latinos that served in the military. They fought on both sides, on the Confederacy and the Union. So they were not a monolith even back then. You know, they fought on both sides. Tejanos, Texans of Mexican descent. There were 2,500 that fought for the Confederacy, and they fought at some of the kind of most important battles of the war. The Second Battle of Bull Run, Antietam, and Gettysburg. Now, even though Texas was a Southern and Confederate state, there were 1,000 Tejanos that didn't side with the Confederacy. They fought for the Union. And these Tejanos, these Texans of Mexican descent, made up over 40% of the Texas Union Regiment. So they made a significant percentage of the Texans who sided with the Union and against the Confederacy. Then we have Colonel Santos Benavides, who was the highest ranking Tejano in the Confederacy. And then we have Californios, who had 4 companies that fought for the Union. And then we have David G. Farragut, who was the most senior naval officer during the Civil War. And so just the most important person for the Union's Navy was Hispanic. David Farragut, in general history books, when he's mentioned, one of the things that's mentioned about him is when he says, "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead." But what isn't typically mentioned again is that he was Hispanic. Like I mentioned before, he was the most senior naval officer during the Civil War. And basically, he had the top Navy positions as they were created. So he got the top ranks of Rear Admiral, Vice Admiral, and Admiral. And so he is recognized in history for his bravery, but rarely do they include the fact that he was of Spanish-American ancestry. Just an introduction to Latinos, Hispanics in the U.S. Civil War.